My name is Ngozi. I'm making this video from United States of America. In 2021, I went to see my GP for a general checkup. I was given a series of tests to run, which I did, and the tests came up with multiple afflictions, including heart problem, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I rejected these options and came back to the altar of fire and prayed. While I was in the altar of fire one day, the man of God said, irregular heartbeat, and he said, by the power that raised Jesus from the dead, I reverse it.
Irregular heartbeat, by the power that raised Jesus from the dead, let it be reversed.
And I claimed it and continued to pray with it. Then the doctor scheduled me for a surgery because my pulse was reading 150 instead of between 60 and 80. He had to ask me to come in for an emergency surgery, which I did. And on the day of the surgery, I went for procedure. I had already been dressed for surgery, and the doctors were watching and waiting for the doctor to come and do the surgery. After a while, the doctor told me, sister, we are not going to carry out this heart surgery. And I demanded to know why. I asked her if it was because my blood pressure was high. She replied no, that they cannot do surgery on a normal heart, that my heart was normal. The heart that was racing was normal. I remembered what the man of God said, and I started to thank God. I praised God. After that period, I have two cardiologists. The younger one referred me to the senior one, and each time I go for appointment, they will tell me that I have beautiful heart, that my heart is beautiful. So I want to thank God that the Lord has healed me. My second testimony is cancer of the breast on my right breast. I went for mammogram, and the mammogram came out and they sent me for biopsy. I went for biopsy. They discovered that there were cancer cells. One day, the man of God said, cancer of the breast.
The help of the Lord is visiting women with breast cancer. Women with breast cancer. Women with breast cancer.
And I claimed it and continued to pray with it. So I was operated upon, and later I was sent back to do another biopsy, which I did on another appointed day. And the result came out that there were no cancer cells any longer. I want to thank God that because I am the woman the Lord has remembered, what God cannot do
does not exist.
Pastor J. Jose, you are a man of our generation. The Lord will continue to bless you. I join others to say that the oil on your head, or the rivers of oil, or the refineries of oil on your head will never run dry.
Amen.
The Lord had done something major for me, and I had just stepped into my answered prayers when the devil thought that he could slip negativity into my house undetected. On the 31st of October, I was home when a letter came in from the hospital. I did not take it seriously because I thought it was just one of those letters that is sent in, so I ignored it. The next day, I decided to open it to just see what it was. When I saw that the result of the pap smear I had done had come in, you can imagine my shock when my results said that I had abnormal cells in my cervix and would like to schedule me for a colposcopy. It was surprising how I had done a pap smear last year. The result came out normal as expected, and I'm still young. I had already taken the vaccine a few years ago, so from where? But I wasn't scared because, I am an Nsppd, and what God cannot do does not exist. I just saw it as a mistake. The devil had obviously missed his way to this address. Then on the 13th of November, last month, there was a woman that came to give a testimony. She said that her husband had squamous cell carcinoma in his lungs. It didn't quite add up. I did not have any cancer or carcinoma, but there was squamous. There was cell in my report. So like, how is it possible that her husband had squamous cell carcinoma in his lungs, and I found that squamous cells can actually be found in many areas of the body. So I quickly went to look for the prayers on the 17th of October, and I saw that towards the end of the video, Pastor actually said squamous cell carcinoma be reversed by fire. I got that negative report on 31st of October, and my word of knowledge had come on the 17th of October. So Papa had gone ahead of me to mention my case, and although I didn't have any cancer or anything like that, I know that the devil's end game was squamous cell carcinoma. And I was there saying, Papa, I mentioned abnormal cell in the cervix. And Papa doesn't do small, he doesn't do simple English, he does only scientific and medical languages. The appointment date for my colposcopy came in. It was scheduled for last week Thursday, which was the 28th of November 2024. Last week was God of Wonders, God of Perfection. Oh my God, that was the week that God really planned for me, and it was the week of my appointment. On Wednesday, last week, it was 24 hours before my appointment. About 1 hour 12 minutes into the prayer, Papa said, in 24 hours, your testimony will be, I am the one the Lord showed great mercy.
In 24 hours, your testimony shall be, I am the one God showed great mercy.
I received it. I knew it was my word. That Wednesday, I told my husband, it seems you're going to find somewhere else to sleep this night because I am going to war this night. The devil is in trouble. It was a testimony on Nsppd of a woman that had, I think, thyroid cancer. I remember her testimony. She tied speaker on her neck. That was how serious her feet was. And I don't know, for some reason, that woman's testimony just got stuck in my head. And I said, I'm going to do the same thing. Before this time, I had made a collage of all the word of knowledge that had gone ahead of me. I got the proclamations and I turned them into a video. It started with squamous cell carcinoma be reversed by fire. Then I went into destroying mountain, become a burnt mountain.
As the amen of the Nsppd will turn down or destroying mountain, iron house melt by fire.
Evil reports are burning off right now.
Evil reports burn off. I said burn, burn.
Then I entered mercy, where Papa was saying that when we don't have any other thing to say, when we don't know what to say, we just shout, Elroy, 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 answer your name.
When we don't know what else to say, we shout Elroy. When we don't know where else to go, we call Elroy. We decree, Elroy, answer your name.
When I got there, the lady was like, oh, Mimi, do you know why you're here today? I said, yes, I know I am here. However, you would not see any abnormal cells in my cervix. I chose to tell her that as an expression of my faith to Elroy and to show that I trust in him. He just smiled, and then we went in to start the procedure. So there was a big screen on my side where I could see everything that she was doing in my cervix, and she had a huge microscope that she was using to look into my cervix. So my video collage that I had done, so she started checking with her microscope. By then I started my videos. Squamous cell carcinoma be reversed by fire. My mind was saying, what is up before they won't see again. She said, oh Mimi, your cervix is pink, it's looking perfect, it's looking healthy. I don't see any abnormal cells in your cervix. I was like, okay. Then I'm going to do a second test. This time around, I'm going to put a solution in your cervix, and any abnormal cells in your cervix will turn white. This was like the moment of truth. In my video, I had already entered Elroy, 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 answer your name. So she put the solution in my cervix, and we waited for a bit. There were no abnormal cells in my cervix, guys. Nothing turned white. Nothing turned white. There was no abnormal cells anywhere in my cervix. She said, oh, I'm going to do a third and final check. That this time around, she was going to put iodine solution in my cervix. The iodine solution was going to turn my cervix brown, and any abnormal cells will turn yellow. Oh my God, I was like, God, this is the final verdict. Complete it, finish your work. Then in my video, I had gotten to God of Wonders, God of Perfection. So she put iodine solution in my cervix, and then we waited for a bit. I was just looking at the screen, but she said, Mimi, you're perfect. The cervix is healthy. There are no abnormal cells in your cervix. Now, this is my evidence. This is my evidence. It says, you know, when Papa was saying the Lord is rewriting a new evidence right now, it was me he was talking about. This is my evidence. It says, colposcopy examination revealed no abnormality. The cervix is normal. No abnormal cells in the cervix. The Lord rewrote a new report just for me. What Elroy cannot do does not exist.
My name is Anojo King Josiah. I'm here to give glory to God for all he has done for me and my family since I joined this commission. Actually, I had 2 sons and they were anemic. So every 2 months, they must be transfused because their PCV was always low, 19%. But to the glory of God, since I came into this church, in fact, I was literally living in the hospital. A lot of people know me. Even I was giving query in my office to be exploited, that is, to be sacked because of their head. And I brought the query letter to the altar. Some of my organs here, they know about that too. I brought it to the altar, and God spared the management that was supposed to. God sacked them. That is number one. Number two, my second son, whenever he wants to write his exam, he's always sick. The blood will be short, But throughout this year, like I said, I was literally living in the hospital. Throughout this year, none of them has been admitted. None of them visit hospital. The younger brother is in the children's hall now. In fact, the teacher said to me, this boy plays too much. I said, this is the glory. She did not know where we are coming from. I'm telling you, this is a child that when he walks, he will fall sick. We were about to start our mid-year fast. On a Sunday like this, our mid-year started on Monday. I was called that my mom is sick. My mom has never been sick all over her life since I was born. My mom used to fall sick like me too. I don't fall sick. So, by the grace of God, I called my mother immediately. I said, no, my mom cannot be sick. I called her. She was talking to me, talking to me with all the energy she has. I was like, everything is fine. My younger brother, that one, he never said anything for church. He just sent me the video. I saw him carry my mom. And then my sister see my mother. When she was in the hospital, my sister started beating her. I said, my mother, in fact, I was about to lose it. I said, this is why I'm alive. I don't want anything to happen to my mother because she has suffered hell for us. So I came to the altar. I was praying. I said, God, what do I do? Luckily, I got some mantles, took it to her, prayed. We were doing the mid-year fast together. Papa started making declaration, reversing stroke and all that.
Stroke has been reversed. Stroke has been reversed. Stroke has been reversed.
I downloaded all Papa's messages, bought an MP3, I bought memory card, put it. In fact, every now and then, she's playing it there, all the communions, everything. To the glory of God, my mother is walking, dancing, and everything. I have the picture. See my mom. Then, to the glory of God, 2020, we did something in our office that they commended us. They gave us commendation letters, and then they asked us to go for training in Japan. But the training was, because of coronavirus, was suspended. Before you know it, my bosses, they selected themselves. They first opening, they run, they won. If they said anything, they can change their mind any seconds. So they rushed, they went. So they said the thing was closed. I said, since my name is there. Papa always declared in, he said, your name is in the list.
Your name is on the list. I know how it will end.
You understand? And if my name is in the list, it must happen. I say, even though I'm in batch 20, this Japan, we go. So the glory of God. Last month, I went to Japan, and I came back. To the glory of God. So when I came back from Japan, because the devil was still angry, I said, okay, let me go and check my mom to know how she is doing. So I traveled to go and see my mom. On Thursday, when I was coming back, during Nsppd, we were praying. I was in the vehicle praying, so following Nsppd. Papa just said, let's say 08. I said, where are they inside vehicle? I want to say 08 now, Papa. Mama said, put your hand inside the vehicle. I just put my hand. Before I know it, I just saw the driver march brake suddenly and headed towards children that were about crossing the road. Before you know it, he swapped back. The car somersaulted 5 times. I don't know how God bent my head. See, God bent my head. Inside, I was at the back, and boo, boo. Just like that, I was just screaming, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And the car landed with the roof. And I came back last week, Thursday, on hot. They ran X-ray, did everything, no broken bone, no dislocation, and my person was sick. That is the brain was infected, and there was fluid in his brain that ate up the skull. So that is him. So we were in the hospital, and then it was looking like an amoeba. That is, it was looking so differently. I couldn't recognize my son because the fluid from the brain ate up the brain, that the brain become extremely small. And then his eyes were swollen, the head, different parts were swollen. In fact, this one, when he walked by himself, the bone will fracture because his bones were fragile. It was that bad. So the nurses, anybody that came to the hospital that see him will cry. One auntie here gave me her phone to be playing "Oh Lord, Show Me Mercy." When the woman gave me the phone, I respect the machine, honestly speaking. I was like, and the doctor said, take him to Stream of Joy. I said, I've been hearing that Stream of Joy. Where is the place? They say, right. The nurse now said to me, the nurses started giving their different testimony. They said, you are playing this, continue to play. The nurse said, I was in Alliance here. One nurse said, across the road. See Alliance, and across I came. I was like, When I saw the fire, the vibration, the volcano, I said, this is where I belong. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I was like, this is the kind of place I want to be. So I was watching, when Falcon plays new, and they put one leg for granted. I was like, let me study. But I don't know the time when I swim in, not even put the second leg, I swim in. I was falling. So one Thursday I was in church. Papa said, I can see this man. I don't know what is wrong with your son, but if he wants to move forward, he's moving back. So he said, it is reversed.
I don't know who you are, but your child, when he wants to move, he moves backward. You know what I am saying? Your child never moves forward. He's still young, but he's not a baby. When he wants to move, he moves backward. I don't know what is wrong. He never moves forward. He never moves forward. I don't know what is wrong. If you are the mother or the father, put it on the live stream. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. By the power that raised Jesus from the dead, I command, let it be broken.
For this, because the brain degenerated, God reversed it. That is for him. I came to queue, and they gave me Papa's mantle because they were supposed to remove his skull and put a plate there, drain off the fluid from the eyes and everything. But to the glory of God, I took the mantle. There was a lady that came from America, but she saw my case. She was supposed to be given the mantle. Then she now said, no, give him to this man. God will bless that lady. You will understand. So, I took the mantle to my boy. I placed the mantle on his head. So, I took the mantle to my boy. I placed the mantle on his head. I continued to plead him, oh Lord, show me mercy. The Lord reversed the surgery. When he came out of coma, he could not walk, could not see, could not talk, but now he's seeing very well. You can see my boy now. What God cannot do does not exist.
Somebody celebrate a Roy! Celebrate a Roy! Celebrate a Roy! Celebrate a Roy! As you are celebrating, carry your own testimonies. Take your own. Take your own.